something different to the table. Most lymphatic drainage is going to have things like Echinacea, Burdock, all the things to do, right? This one has bromelain. That's why I brought it in. Your girl's face is not puffy today, but when I'm having sinus pressure, I have this debilitating headache. And what I started realizing, and when I do my lymphatic drainage massage, like I pump right here, I do this whole thing on my face to move the fluids, that right there, that kicked the headache. And that made me start to think this is something different about this product. Like you guys think they're all alike, and they're not. They may say lymphatic, they may say drainage, as I'm getting tongue tied, but baby, they are not all the same. And what I realized is that when I open my lymph, and I could talk about this forever, I'm gonna even run you through some of it as I talk about it. So I take 2 of these. Now I do open my capsules, but I'm an ostomate. You don't have to open your capsules. But I will say if you have a leaky gut, you have a lot of gut issues, baby, go ahead and open them capsules, put it in the water. No, it does not taste good, but we don't care. We're grown. We want results. Knock it back, get your results. When I do this, I take 2 of these. And what I started realizing, and when I do my lymphatic drainage massage, like I pump right here, I do this whole thing on my face to move the fluids, that right there, that kicked the headache. And that made me start to think this is something different about this product. So I do this whole facial massage thing. You can comment below if you want me to talk about the facial massage. I'd love to go into detail because it really does open up lymph nodes. Less viral outbreaks for me, less cold sores, less pressure and headaches. It was like my lymph was backed up and it was sinus. And I think sometimes when we have a migraine or a headache or something going on, there's really, I mean, I'm not saying that the pain is not real, don't get me wrong. It's not really like a headache. You're having the headache because all this stuff is congested. Let's talk about this. When you don't sleep well at night, this is another thing I do. I take this. When I don't sleep well, my face is more puffy. I'm just a little more off. I just don't feel as good because my lymph is not draining. Not to turn this into a science lesson, but if you don't properly sleep at night, your brain does not drain. That's why I was having more sinus headaches and pressure. So obviously getting more sleep is important, but sometimes, baby, we need that supplement to push us over the level. This is what changed it for me. This has bromelain, which is going to decrease inflammation and pain in your sinuses. It's going to help all of that drain. It also has cleavers, burdock, dandelion, which is going to help your liver. So here's the thing. A lot of times you're moving the lymph and you're like, I don't want the cortisol face, and we're doing all the massaging. But if you don't bring in these herbs to actually push those toxins to your liver and get them out of your body, surprise, you wake up in the morning and your face is puffy all over again because you didn't get to the root of the problem. This is going to help you get to the root. So this is lymphatic drainage. So this is one of the options that I love when I'm dealing with sinus pressure. Now, if I'm having more of like a gallbladder flare, your girl's holding some weight, I don't have energy, I'm feeling some kind of way, then this is what I bring in because it has milk thistle, right? Both of these, or the 2 products I've talked about, they're both amazing, but like I said, this is more for lymphatic drainage, swollen lymph nodes, your sinuses are feeling some kind of way, you always have a sinus infection, you're always sick, this is what you're looking for. Your lymph nodes can't do any more for you, they're tapping out, bring it in. This right here, gallbladder issues, painful periods, a lot of bloating, a lot of health issues. You feel like every time you turn around, you're having a gallbladder attack, and it's even worse when you don't have a gallbladder because you're always sick, you're always nauseous. This is going to help. Now, the other thing I'm going to say for my wellness girlies or my girlies that have a uterus and you have a lot of pain, a lot of period problems, you hate your cycle, you hate your body, this you probably never thought of, but let me put you on. This is also going to help move lymph in your pelvic area. So when you're getting all that bloating and all of that, yes, some of that is your ovaries and your estrogen and all of that, but when you start getting all that little extra cushion for the pushing all that water weight around your gut, take this and then do your lymphatic massage. I'm not saying that this is going to do everything. What I am saying is you're already probably doing the whole gua sha and all that stuff. You're massaging, you're doing all the stuff to move the fluids. Go ahead and bring this in so the fluids do not return, right? We're going to do the massaging every day, but I don't know about you. I'm looking to get some results. I'm not trying to do the gua sha and all that stuff at 8 o'clock in the morning and then by 2 o'clock looking like an Oompa Loompa because the fluid and came all back in. I'm just keeping it 100 because that's what it feels like. I've been there. So this is going to help with that. Also has the elderberry lemon peel. Lemon peel is actually very interesting for me too. I can tell more. I'm not going to put my ankle all the way up here, but I can tell more when I take this as far as ankle swelling, less swelling at night, different things like that. So if you're looking to move, how do I put it? Because there's another product I want to talk about. If you're looking to move more like the deeper inflammation, so like the water, how do I put it? Inflammation is inflammation and it sucks, right? So it's inflammation where your face is puffy and you're like, okay, I just got to move the fluid. That's kind of like a level 1. When it's deep up in the cells, you gaining 5, 10, 15 pounds around your period, you eat some salt, you blow up, you work through an 8-hour day, your ankles blow up. That's that deeper cellular. This is where you're going to need to bring this in, right? So once again, 2 different products. We love both. And then we have this one. Now, I've not tried this one. I'm super excited about this one. As you can see, it's not opened. But why I got it is because their lymphatic drainage proprietary blend This is bringing some different things to the table. So this is more for people that love, how do I put it? If you're more into Ayurveda, you know the different, oh gosh, I think it's called Pitta or Pita. I'm like probably butchering the word. If you know like how your body works in different, I think it's Pitta. If you're a pro, you know exactly what it is. This brings in some different herbs that were not in there, right? This has kelp. Kelp is something I brought in because diagnosed with a sluggish thyroid. Kelp and iodine, I always need that. And that's the other thing. When I have a lot of like fluid trapped around my neck, like today we're good, right? We can see everything. We can see my clavicle, but the days that we can't see it and it's like super puffy, like if I lift up, that's where I know I move my lymph. Before I started using these products, your girl would lift up and you would not see that clavicle. When it's puffy right there, I was even talking to my sister, sometimes we just feel that little extra congestion. Moving all of that is great, but you need to bring this product in or one of these products. And to be honest, you may need a little bit of both, right? Because maybe one day you're dealing with more sinus issues and you need to bring in this one because it's got the bromelain, which is going to talk to the mucous membranes, move the sinus congestion, right? Maybe another day you're like right before your cycle, you're craving, sugar, you're having sugar cravings, all things are going wrong, you're having gallbladder issues, then you have this. I'm not diagnosing you, I'm just telling you how I've had these issues and what has gotten better for me. So this one I love because it has the kelp, which is really great for the thyroid. It also has some bromelain, which is going to help with the sinuses. And it just has yarrow, like other herbs that these other blends don't bring in. And not that there's anything wrong with those, but I was like, I need to step it up. And why I want to step it up, because going into perimenopause and also as an ostomat, which I talk about all the time because I think it's very important, when you have an ileostomy, your body changes. And what I'm realizing for me is that some of these herbs like lemon peel, juniper, there's some thyme, different things like that. I need to move the lymph, but I also really need to focus on my gut health. Thyme oil for me and lemon peel, it helps with gut dysbiosis. For me, that means less bloating. So yes, I still do the massaging and all that, but I'm thinking with this one, I may not have to do as many massages and the vibration plate and the gua sha and all the things we do, the dry brushing, because this is going to come in deeper. I've taken rosehip before, lemon peel before. I have them separately like in essential oils, and it's really helps with my gut health. So I was like, why not wrap it all in one? So many different things that I could say, but 3 different products. Both of them are all 3 amazing, but different issues, right? If you've got more of that deep rooted and you're also wanting to work with your gut health, you want to calm your nervous system, you're coming in for here. They also have nettle that is amazing for sinuses. So if you live somewhere where you're like, oh, it's always my allergies, baby, it's natural allergies, it's mucus, it's inflammation, it's toxins, you need to get this. And then we have bromelain in this one, which is our favorite because it's going to help with decreasing inflammation in your sinuses. And then last but not least, this one, anyone that has a uterus, any type of hormone issues, like all of these are great. And let's be honest, you may need to go ahead and get all 3 and then just pick up the one you need every day because they're obviously a really great deal.